Alright, so we're going to talk about why people hate on lesbians, gays, whatever the case is. My question is, why hate? I don't understand that concept. Why tell us that we're nothing, we're scum, all lesbians must have HIV, all gays must have HIV, y'all must be all fucking each other. I never understood that concept. If you hating on somebody that's different than you, then that just means you have a closed mind and a peanut-sized brain. My thing is, if you're going to hate on somebody, at least have some visual or written down facts. Make it a fact to say, hey, this person has AIDS. Or make it a fact to say, hey, this person is a bad person. Because when you say that all LGBT community are alike, that means you're saying that all the straight community are alike. That means all the bad horrors and the bad videos and the bad press that straight people get on the news, then that makes all of y'all really bad people. Correct? Wrong. Because not every person is the same. I actually saw this video where these lesbians were attacking I guess some like workers or something, and it was such a bad display of a person altogether. So I wrote on it and I said, why? I said, let me see. This is the most uneducated display of lesbianism I've ever seen. Please don't take this as a way that all lesbians act. Then some guy comments on it and he says, learn how to write, which there was nothing wrong with my grammar, before you take up for your lesbian scum. So I responded back and I'm like, basically asking him, what your problem is, or whatever, and he was like, all lesbians have HIV and shit like that. I understand that concept. I don't know where men get it from. Men come up to me all the time and are like, oh, so what's up, ma? And I'm like, I'm gay, married, I don't want to talk to you type thing. And he's just like, oh, I'm a lesbian too, and I'm like, I'm really totally not interested. Or I love the one where they're like, oh, well, your wife can join in too, and I'm like, dude, you know what? That's not gonna happen. My wife dresses like you. So my thing is, what's the point in getting upset? If you can't get with somebody, what's the point? I mean, you're really disrespectful for no fucking reason, and I don't understand it. And the funniest part about this is the guy that actually commented on the video is in the military, such as myself, as you can see, military. And I commented, I'm like, what if you were talking to an officer? Then he keeps going and tries to tell me, about myself. He tries to tell me my MOS, which is my military job. He got it wrong. Tell me when I got into the military, he got it wrong. And tried to tell me my rank, which he also got wrong. And then tried to tell me my duty station, which isn't even transferred from Florida yet. My thing is just this. I'm like, dude, if you are married and you're happy, why are you on YouTube making negative comments? And then I actually go on the guy's page, and he's just like, has videos about black people all over the place. And then he decides to share my my video, Rico Love They Don't Know, and he says, alrighty. Like, I guess that makes you feel better. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but my thing is just this. If you're going to post stuff about black people and say that we're all animals and we deserve the treatment that we get or whatever, and then when I comment on the video, we're going to post back to this, I wasn't even talking to him. Okay, I was just commenting on the video as a general statement. Now, my thing is just this. When he commented back and called all lesbians scum, I felt that I had the right to stick up for, myself and the general public of the LGBT community. My thing is just this. If you're going to say negative shit about things you don't know anything about or have no clue about, talking about the religion and all this other bullshit, kiss both sides of my mixed ass cheeks. I could give two fucks. My thing is just this. I don't like when people have closed minds. I have an almost 4-year-old son. He'll be 4 this year. And I pray that he doesn't grow up with such negative attitude as this guy has. I don't give a fuck if he's Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy, Army. It doesn't matter, because when you talk like that, it just shows that you're closed-minded. And I know a lot of gay people in the military, and so when you say something like that, it just really shows how bad of a person you are on the inside. I don't know if something negative happened to you from a gay person or black person or whatever the case is, because when I look on his page, all I see is negative shit about black people, about gays, about shit like that, and I'm just like, who is this guy to say anything negative about anybody when you don't know certain situations? So you have no right to say what you said, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because my ideal about, you know, the LGBT community or black people is just this. We're people. Don't put a fucking label on us because of my sexual preference of the color of my skin. It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. But in other news, now that that is over, I feel like when people actually come at people like that, they have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for people around them. And then he says, I'm going to tell your command master chief. And I'm like, be my fucking guest, dude. Because at this point, when they actually read the comments that go down this fucking page, they're going to be like, why'd you even say anything to her? What was your point? Why did you call, you know, people scum? Why is it your whole page is just negative, 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 negative? It's just all negative. You know, I don't understand it myself. So, and then this girl gets on there talking about, amen. Bitch, who are you? Who the fuck are you? You don't even know what you're talking about, first of all. And second of all, you don't even know what's really going on. So when people come at me stupid, I tend to say smart shit back. If you don't like what I say, then don't fucking say anything. And that's just my thing about it. I live in California now. My MOS is a hull technician, which makes me a welder, and a plumber, which means that we work on the holding tanks on the ships. I am a active reservist, and I've been in the military for almost 2 years. I do not like when somebody tries to tell me about myself when you have no clue about me. If people would actually stop and realize that what you're disrespecting and what you're hating on has nothing to do with you, who I have in my bed is my business. Who I'm married to is my business. I don't sit there and say, oh, all men are dogs, they can just kill themselves, fuck them, you know, stupid shit like that. That's something that men do. I don't understand that. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to come at a lesbian sideways because of her sexual preference, or a gay man sideways, or a transgender, or bisexual, whatever, if your sexual preference is to be with the same sex, that is your business, honey. Nobody has any right to tell you who you can or cannot be with. So when they're telling you that shit, fuck them. Just put both middle fingers up and say fuck them. Because my thing is just this. I will never ever sit there and judge somebody because of who they have in their bed. I can't do it. Even when I didn't know that I was into women when I was younger, I can't sit there and judge somebody off of what they do in their bedroom. That's not my business. Even if I grew up to be a straight woman, it's still not my business. What you do with your life is what you do with your life. Point blank fucking period. Man, if some man comes out of nowhere because he's in, you know, God, whatever, fucking military, and feels like he has some type of power to say the things that he says, he's in the wrong. And I straight up told him, like, what if I was an officer? You know, what if he was talking to an officer like that? And then that's when he tries to tell me about myself. And he's like, oh, you're not an officer, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, if I was, do you realize the trouble that you would be in? He was like, I can report you to your command master chief. And I'm just like, what you waiting on? And when you do that, make sure you show them your page. Because on my page, there's nothing negative. I have nothing negative on my page about anyone, anything, any white, black, Asian, Puerto Rican person. Nothing. Everything on my topics are just topics. They're just that. And there's nothing wrong with my topics. So if anyone was to see this and feel some type of way, I feel really bad for you. I truly do, because this is not something that you need to just like go out and about and be like, oh, I'm going to take her this, that, and the third, and she's a bad person. Bottom line is, when people hate on something they don't know nothing about, they're scared of it. Point blank period. You're afraid of it. It is what it is. If you don't like lesbians, keep the fucking shit to yourself. If you don't like black people, who gives a fuck? Racism is dead. I don't care. Most, like 90% of everybody on this earth is mixed with something. There's just no more straight races left. I mean, Mexicans, they're about it. That's about it. Because they really stick in their culture. But whites, y'all ain't all white. Black, she ain't all black. Puerto Ricans are not all Puerto Rican. I'm sorry, Asians are not all Asian anymore. No one is a straight race anymore. And the fact that racism is still alive kind of fucks with my head a little bit, because I'm like, it should be a dead thing. You're all stupid to still do it. And then when it comes down to the LGBT community, all of you are stupid to hate on us for our sexual preferences. You're all fucking idiots. And that's how I feel about it. And if anybody has any comments they would like to place underneath this, please do. Because negative, positive, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. I'm a lesbian all day. L to the sky. Don't give a fuck. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Peace.